cool. Meeting is now streaming live on Facebook. Now we're on Facebook. How are you going to talk to me if you were going to be on Facebook?
Because people can go straight on Facebook Live. So
oh, okay, yeah. No. We're doing the long route. Welcome to your 15 minutes of fame. This is where we try to make you famous on Facebook Live, as well as to, put it out there in terms of you and your relationship with value add. The show is called Plan of Action, and it really is talking to what action and what plans are you putting into place as a consequence of your relationship with value add. So Nonhlanhla, welcome. But your story goes back quite a bit with value add. Tell us a little bit about when you joined and when you started.
Okay, so I started with value add in 2019. Yes, I joined value add in 2019 while I was an intern at a school called St. Peter's. So we had seminars from value add. Oh my goodness, I keep wanting to say value fun ed.
Oh, that we'll talk about that too. I mean, it's all one thing now.
So yes, we had seminars on team building, history, planning out our future, and we had to explain where we were and where we see ourselves in a couple of years. And it was very interesting and very enlightening, because we not only thought about the now, we also thought about what happens 10 years to come, as well as in the industry that I'm in, or the field that I'm in, which is teaching. So we had to think about, okay, what does teaching look like 10 years to come, 15 years to come? And those were the best sessions. I really enjoyed them. And not only did we look at that, but we looked at self-introspection and like as a whole, how am I doing mentally? How am I doing spiritually? All different aspects of my life. That's what we basically covered. And then joined value add separately, and now I have like sponsors. And I started with Valuepreneur, where the business came to life. Where
hey, look what you're doing now! But we'll talk about that.
So during my first seminar, I think later on, was Valuepreneur. I was really interested because I wanted to get into the field of business, but I had no idea where to start. So it was a great start for me. And the journey continues with more sessions as well, with just exploring, and it's endless, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, no, fantastic. You certainly have been the veteran in the group. And normally what happens with veterans is that they go from being the student to the teacher. And I mean that literally, not sort of metaphorically. And you are obviously in the field of training to be a teacher, but literally what you are now doing is translating what you now know and have learned, not only from your teaching background, but from what value add is, into a practical value fun ed. And that's your plan of action. So tell me about the things that you've implemented and value fun ed since you joined value add.
Okay, so I'll go backtrack from the foundation of how it began. So I had a mere idea of just like a very, very miniature ideas of just doing tutoring around in my area. But then I spoke to Uncle Vic, which is you, and you expanded my vision, or helped me think more than I could see, like right, just right there. You helped me see the bigger picture. So eventually you said, you know what, let's take this and let's go with it, because it's a dream, you have it. And I wanted to wait to have everything all together and plan everything step by step, then do my action. But Uncle Vic gave me a kick. Value add gave me a kick. So we began the planning. We started with, okay, why am I doing it? The reason of why I'm doing it, what I'm starting, and where's it headed? And I had to think about all of that, the meaning behind it. Then eventually value add helped me plan the website, help me plan the sessions, how much would it cost, when are we going to have it? So there was a lot of breaking down. So not just the bigger picture, the last thing I was hoping to see already, I had to go each and every step by step, of which was not overwhelming anymore because I had a team, or even I could go as far as saying I had a family that was helping me through it step by step, which was great because there's not that much of a chance where you get someone that supports you fully and wants you to grow and has nothing behind it, of which that's what I found in Valley Ed. So right now the process continues. I'm doing tutoring at the Holiday Club as well. My focus is foundation phase, all things foundation phase. We do arts, we do crafts, we do English, math, life orientation, life skills, everything.
I think it's going to be a winner. I really do. You know, my daughter this morning was saying, "Oh, do we have Miss Sunshine today? What do we have in Miss Sunshine?" I said, "Yes, you're having Miss Sunshine today." He says, "Yes, we have." So you've got Lolo here as well. But I think it's going to be a winner. I really do. I think, firstly, I don't think there's anything like it. So that's the first thing. And second thing, I think it's one of those that, like everything else, you have to give time to. I mean, I was Nonhlanhla, I've become a sort of addict of Netflix, not from watching it, but just from researching how it came about.
Yes.
And I thought Netflix was started like 4 or 5 years ago. Netflix started in 1997.
Yeah, that's a really long time.
It's been around for ages, and only now in the last, what, shall we say 3, maybe 4 or 5 years, do we kind of hear of Netflix, right? As a prominent medium. But in 1997, I was going to movies. I never thought of Netflix. So I think this Value Fund Ed is one of those that if you keep working at it, plugging away, it's going to be successful. What do you say to others who should and aren't, or should and can join Value Ed? What would you say to them?
I would say that go for it. Don't think too much about it. I think Value Ed provides a lot of sessions that cater for different things. So start with the ones that you can relate to or you think you can benefit from. And as soon as you get a taste of what Value Ed provides, there is no way you won't find anything else or any other session that you'd like to be a part of. And it's just so welcome. It's like a family, a community on its own. So you just don't feel like you're out of place. You learn and you create relationships as well. So I would say that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thanks for that. And really, it's supported by amazing hosts, you know, guys who are specialists in their field, people who know what it is that they're talking about in that area. So it's about skilling you in your field and skilling you in other areas. You had a quote in your poster. What was the quote in your poster? Can you remember?
My quote in my poster is, yes, of course. That's my favorite one. My gratitude knows no bounds.
Tell me about it.
So,
Tell me about it.
From a very young age, we just taught to say thank you after you receive something or someone does something. So I don't believe in the measure and say, okay, just because this is bigger than that, then I can say thank you. I say thank you for even the smallest of things, be it the moments, the experiences, the gifts that I get, or whatsoever. I feel like there's something, if we look at life and we find something to be grateful for, life instantly becomes better. So I love that.
Yeah, no, it's a brilliant quote, and gratitude is one of the most powerful prayers that you can ever have, right? It's people say, "Oh, I don't know how to pray." You know, I'm not a prayer. I don't know. I say, well, the best way to pray is just be thankful. Go around thanking everything. Thank the kitchen you're in. You know, thank the pen you're holding. Thank the food you're eating. If you do that, that's the biggest level of prayer. There's been a lot of stuff going on this last week in the teaching fraternity, particularly these bunch of students who were caught. You know, I don't know if you saw that, the videos that have been going around, these bunch of students, one's groups who were fighting in class and the others who were caught smoking marijuana. How has that affected you as a teacher, who are people who are out there, you know, in the front line of some of these challenges?
So as a teacher, or a teacher becoming, it's a very interesting thing to look at, because you sit there and you worry about dealing with children that behave the same way. But at the same time, we look at it and say, okay, I might be scared, or things might not be the way they used to be, maybe like 20 years ago. You don't handle things the same way. It's us adapting and saying, okay, how can I handle this now, in this moment that we're in, or the time that we're living in? And it shows that actually, even though there's chaos, but the chaos shows that we are actually needed, and we need to improve and groom more teachers and our communities as teachers to teach more values and teach things that they will need, so that we build better futures.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think that's a real powerful statement around, how adaptability has to be inculcated into what you do to deal with situations that are existing today. To end off, tell us a little bit about Nonhlanhla. Who is Nonhlanhla? Where is she from, and why did she get into teaching?
Okay, I am Nonhlanhla Mathe, but when I'm tutoring and I'm teaching, the kids call me Miss Sunshine, and the parents as well, because I bring lights. I love lights. I love happiness. I love positivity. That's what I'm about, and I enjoy expressing that and sharing that. So whenever I have kids that I teach, or even an encounter with anyone, I just want people to leave the place knowing that they've experienced light or something joyful. So Miss Sunshine is where the name comes from. And then why am I in teaching? I started teaching when I was in Sunday school, inspired by my mom, who was actually a teacher first before me in Sunday school. So I started from a young age. I think I was 10 years old. I started like as a junior worker, like a junior Sunday school teacher. And then they gave me some responsibilities little by little. And then I was like, hey, I actually like doing this. Like, this is really, I'm enjoying this. And then eventually, as I grew, I got to the stage where I had to choose subjects as well and see what I'd like to do, like for my future, and where I'd like to go, what field I'd like to be in. So I was like, okay, what do I do that fulfills me, that gives me the fire, the zeal, the passion? And it was actually teaching at Sunday school. And then I had to look at it and be like, okay, definitely I can't teach every Sunday and that's it. But can I go into the field, like academically? Can I go in? Is it something I'd like to do? So, and I figured that actually teaching is what I do effortlessly. Like, I just love doing it. I love seeing people grow, be it whatever ages. So, and I had to decide on a phase. I'm doing specifically foundation phase. Who knows? One day I could move on to different phases. Yes. So then I went into it. I got into an internship, which was really great, or which is really great. And I started teaching, and I've loved it ever since. And I'm continuing and exploring more in the teaching field, because it's not just about the teaching itself on campus or just in class. There's much more to it.
Yeah. And I just want to say, Nonhlanhla, that I think, having known you the years that I have, and it's been a couple, I think the growth that you are undergoing, the fact that, if you think 2 years ago, would you have been starting a business, the fact that you're in one, the fact that, you're progressing in a consistent manner, I think is just the kind of testament for me that says that out there are some great South Africans who are going to be very influential in changing the course and the trajectory of where we're going. So continue on that path, because we count on you, we depend on you, not just for you as who you are, but for you and what you do for the next generation of children that you are, going to be responsible for. So thank you for being part of Value Ed.
Thank you. And thank you for Value Ed for having me. It's quite a great experience, honestly. It's great to be part of the family.
Fantastic. So we will see you a little later on in an hour or so with Value Fun Ed. But until then, thanks very much and have an awesome weekend. And that was Plan of Action.
Thank you.
Mathe.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye.